Alright, welcome to another unboxing video. For this video, we're going to be unboxing Maki Zenin off of Jujutsu Kaisen. This is a 1/8 scale from Kotobukiya's ARTFXJ line. This figure overall cost me $125.99 with a premium account from the Crunchyroll store, and I had free shipping to go along with it. I ordered it on March 21st, and then I got it a week later on March 28th. So for the Hobby Genki store, I actually pre-ordered this like way back in the fall of 2022. So I was actually one of the last ones that got the pre-order for the bonus face Maki Zenin. So unfortunately, they didn't get enough for me to have that bonus part. So what they did was actually they offered me the standard one without the bonus face, and then they were willing to refund me the difference and put an extra 1,000 yen on top of that. I paid 14,000 yen, and then they would have gave me back 2,000 yen with an extra 1,000 yen on top of that in place of the standard edition one. And lately, Hobby Genki, usually they respond in about 2 business days. But lately, I've seen it on the My Figure Collection website as well. Some people have been complaining about their customer service being a little bit slow. And, you know, I kind of agree. It took them about like 3 to 4 business days before they actually answered me. And then I actually messaged their Twitter, and then their Twitter actually, they didn't really respond. But after I messaged them on their Twitter, I got a response like pretty quickly afterwards. So whatever's happened with Hobby Genki, they've been a great store. But whatever's happening over there, I hope everything is okay. So now I got the Crunchyroll store. So the Crunchyroll store actually got it in pretty much a month after the release day. So it all kind of worked out in the end because I ended up paying a little bit less. And before I continue any further, do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Check out my blog at otakusen.com. Check out my anime channel. It is Otakusen How to Anime. And if you guys want to discuss anime figures or anime in general, please join the Discord. I do figure update videos pretty much every week. So if there's some figures you guys want me to cover, let me know in the Discord. And yeah, guys, let's go ahead and unbox this figure. All right, here is the package from the Crunchyroll store. So just one little thing to note, there's like little holes in the box. Like I'm always wondering, like, how does that happen? And also this side right here on the box, there's like a little crease right here. So it's always important to note how the quality of the box comes to you, whether it's shipping related or something to do with the how they pack it themselves. So let's go ahead and open this. I also bought a Sculpt t-shirt. And you got the bonus face right here. So dope. Alright, here is the Kotobukiya box for the ARTFXJ Maki Zenin. And the box is very typical, like any other scale box. It looks good. You have the images of the character on there, of the figure on there. You got some nice cutouts on the sides and on the top of the box. So there isn't really much to say that's anything that special about it. It looks clean. It's a, you know, a slick design like any other kind of ARTFXJ box and any other kind of scale boxes. Even the Figure Art Zero boxes are kind of nice like these too. So don't have a problem about their kind of design of how they package it in. In terms of the quality of the box, like there are, you know, typical dust on the box. I mean, you can't stop dust from getting on the box, but there are like some weird little lines. I think you could kind of see it right here. There's just random little residue that's like on the box, you know, a few little scratches here and there, but besides that, it did come in pretty decent condition. The Crunchyroll store, they did use like some bubble wrap. The box seems okay to me. I don't have that big of a problem with how they package the scale figures, so not a problem there. It looks like on this side already, the tape didn't get across the box. So we're just gonna pop open this top part. Sorry guys, for some reason my phone lately has been crashing, and so I keep losing footage of the unboxing, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and try to assemble this figure. Here we have the little instruction manual, and to be completely honest, I don't think it's multi-pages or anything. So it looks like all you have to do is connect the back of her hair, and then you kind of connect her bow staff through her hands, and it's separated. All right, so you got the base. Kind of see right here, her arm is out like this, so you want to be careful when you kind of take out the little plastics for it. This is the figure herself. And let's just start by attaching it to her base. Just aligning the peg holes, pretty simple enough, like any other figure. All right, sometimes pegs can be like super difficult for some reason because they don't completely align, the holes aren't big enough, whatever the reason is, but it seems like this one's actually very easy to kind of latch onto the peg holes. As you can see, it's on pretty snug, it's on tight. And then let's get her hair on there. Very simple enough, you just kind of put it in the back of her head. There is kind of a little shape to the hole and then the hair, but I mean, it just slips straight on. And it's flowing to the right side. Now for her staff, yep, as you can see right here, you are just gonna stick those two ends over the top of her hand, and then the ones with the chains, you're just gonna stick that through her hand. Simple enough, it stuck right through. And I don't think there was any like left side to right side. I'm pretty sure it just fits whatever. You know, it's kind of nice that her hands, they're big enough, but as you can see, it's in snug enough. And it's actually really hard to tell, like the pegs right here, it's shaped. There's like a unique shape to how you're gonna want to insert these. So you just want to take your time and align it correctly so it could fit correctly. All right, and it's also important to note, like a couple of these pegs, they're actually a slightly different shape from each other. So it's just something to kind of look out for when you put these together. All right, it's in. All right, guys, so that is the regular standard Maki Zenin, and then we'll work on switching her face to the bonus part right now. So here is the point of this unboxing video, is to see the bonus face. Now, typically the bonus face, they're better. They're just better looking. It just seems more in character, in my opinion. So yeah, we're gonna open this and then we're gonna put this one on her instead. So here you go, guys. There's the manual to take off the head to replace it with the bonus head. If you assume that you just pop it off his head, you are 100% correct. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, how exciting. Here is the bonus face. That little Maki smug face, that is what I like about this one. So one thing I'm looking out for is like, I don't want to like break off the staff. So let's go ahead and be safe and just remove the staff. All right, guys, so my issue right now is trying to remove the bow staff. So like an idiot, I thought it'd be a good idea to use this to kind of pry it open, but that didn't work. All I did was kind of chip off a little bit of the bow staff. Oh, Jesus. All right, finally got it off, so let me take that out. You guys know what? I did all that to be on the safe side, and all I did was make it worse. So let's remove the back of her hair. And then with the bonus head, we're going to stick that back on and just align it correctly. Easy enough, it slides right in. Let's put her hair back on. Let's see if it fits on just as easy on the bonus head. All right, got the hair back on. All right, let's do the bow staff again. All right, now I have it on with the bonus face. All right, guys, let's talk about this figure. So when it comes to the Kotobukiya's ARTFXJ line, to me, it just has to be better than a prize figure. When you think of scales, you think of quality, right? Better quality than prizes. So basically better than pop-up parades. Like that's legitimately the floor of, you know, Kotobukiya's ARTFXJ to me. The ceiling for these figures is when you like these more than the more premium price scale figures. So basically $200 and up. For Kotobukiya's ARTFXJ, there doesn't need to be this incredible amount of detail, but the ARTFXJ, it just fits nicely on that price range around $120 to $140. That's generally where you're going to be finding these figures for. And that's definitely what prices you're going to be getting for the US. And it's even better if you are able to find some discount code from the US stores as well. So generally ARTFXJ is very outside of Japan friendly for the price. And then with the bonus face, it was 14k yen with that bonus face. Just Kotobukiya figures in general, the ARTFXJ line in general, they're tremendously good for their particular niche in the scale figure world. It's typically more simple looking with less effects. In some cases, guys, that's exactly what sometimes we're looking for. And sometimes the extra effects can be unnecessary and take away from the character in which the figure is supposed to represent. There are times when ARTFXJ figures actually add a little bit more to their bases. Sometimes make fun of their saturated rock formation bases. Like legitimately, they kind of go overboard sometimes with these designs. Like if they want to add something to the base and their default is just those rock formations, and it's just kind of hilarious. But when they actually do add a little bit that uniquely represents that character from that particular anime or manga, I think the ARTFXJ Kocho figure, that one for US retail was generally around $159.99. So if Kotobukiya wants to make more elaborate bases, they can totally do that and add a little bit more extra effects. They can totally do that as well. It just makes the prices maybe a little bit more, but still $159.99. That's lower than the Alters, the Amakunis, all these other kind of brands that typically they charge for 1/8, 1/7 scales, even the Mega House figures, right? Even the Mega House like gym figures, they're all around $200 or more. So Kotobukiya likes to stay under that $200 price, and more specifically under that $159.99 price and below. So ARTFXJ, they fit that more affordable scale niche, and it generally comes off as better figures for sure than prize figures, pop-up parades, like anything under $100. This is basically what you're getting on that next level up in quality. And yeah, guys, let's talk about the figure itself. In the prototype manufacturer pictures, it kind of feels like a throwaway design base. It's one of those kind of bases where you have to have it in person to see it, to really kind of respect it and really like it. Once I actually got to see the base, no matter like how kind of basic you kind of see it, it's actually pretty damn dope. It's a base that represents the realm of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's a good representation of that cursed energy. Having that layered kind of 3D look makes the visuals pretty damn cool to look at. So to me, this is why I like Kotobukiya, because when you work within a certain price, you have to be a little bit more creative, right? And so this is one of those kind of more simpler looking bases where it actually visually makes the whole figure pop a little bit more. It does add to the figure. This design for the base, it stays within that realm of the anime, not rock formations, and it keeps the cost low and it still looks good. So generally, I think the retail prices was $139.99 for US. So the fact that, like I said, having that that Crunchyroll premium account and having that extra $14 off, that really matters. That's a whole month of like a subscription to Crunchyroll, right? So I feel like I'm getting a pretty damn good deal here. So when it comes to the sculpt and the painting on the figure, the face and hair sculpt is good on both heads. The bonus face expression just represents a lot more like Maki to me. So that's why I pretty much got the figure, because the bonus face has that expression that kind of represents more of Maki's character. With the hair sculpt, I'm good with what they did there. They made enough lines in her hair that also gives that flowy battle ready kind of look. One thing people might have a problem with is maybe the lining in the middle of her hair. However, most of the time it's going to be displayed front facing. So that line in the hair, I'm not sure how many people actually, if that's actually a bad thing or people don't mind it. But you know, to me, I don't really consider that a serious issue or anything. I did like the hair sculpt. It just makes it look like the hair is like removable though. So it looks like more of an action figure kind of hair sculpt. But in reality, it's just the whole head itself is removable. It's not the hair, but the hair looks like it. So I hope you guys get what I'm saying there. When you notice like sculpts of scale figures versus prize figures, sometimes there's a level of detail that's added, like wrinkles to what's supposed to represent the clothes of the figure. Not only that, you get a more refined, realistic look. So the kind of wrinkles you see on Maki's body looks, you know, it looks more natural. It looks more realistic. The little subtle parts, like the shape of her booty being shown because she's stretching her shirt because, you know, she's wearing a skirt and she's fighting. So her legs and her arms, they look perfectly normal in line with the pose. There's lighter purple shadings where she's stretching her clothes from the pose she makes, like at the bottom of her skirt and near her wrists. I would have loved a little bit more shading all around, but for the ARTFXJ figures and the price, I deem it perfectly fine. It's fine for what it is. So overall, the sculpt looks good. It looks very, very like what you would see in the anime. In the painting, it keeps that darker kind of palette for the figure, and overall I enjoyed what they did here. So for the errors, the only thing I really saw is like at the bottom of her skirt, it looks like maybe there's like a fingerprint, a handful of like weird little lines. It's kind of hard to tell, so the only way you'll really get to see it if you have like pretty good lighting, you shine it in the light and then you'll see it. Other than that, everything else on this figure is very clean. Maybe some of the lining like around her arms, around like her shirts, or around her shoulders, maybe those are kind of a little bit not as clean, but to me that's starting to reach for some issues with the figure when overall it's like 98% fine. And then for the assembly is very easy. Everything was pretty self-explanatory. The only issue I really had was removing the bow staff after attaching it because it was on too tight, and I tried to use a box opener kind of thing like a total dummy, and I slightly nicked a little part of the staff off. But other than that, you know, the pegs all fit well. The staff fit perfectly in her hands. The heads of both the stock and the bonus heads comes off fairly easy and attaches on easily. So yeah, assembly, no real trouble there. It's just after you attach it, just be careful because sometimes the staff was on pretty tight. When it comes to scale figures and being a collector of certain characters, right? Sometimes people, maybe they buy multiple of the same character. Sometimes people just want to buy, you know, the best one of a certain character. So to me, the only other options out there for scales that are a viable option would be Eastream's Maki, the Shibuya Scramble figure Maki. That's gonna come out pretty soon. So if we just judge it by the prototype pictures of the Eastream one, I think the base and the colors that they went with makes it feel like Maki's in more of this like fantasy land. It's a lot brighter colors on that one. And to me, that doesn't really represent Jujutsu Kaisen to me. I mean, like I said with the paint, Jujutsu Kaisen belongs in the more darker color palettes. It's kind of a darker and more brutal like world. And while the ARTFXJ, while the base seems pretty basic, it's totally in character and within the realm of the anime. The darker shades and darker tones just makes a lot more sense for me than the Shibuya Scramble one. Now, I understand that they all fought in that luscious green forest when they're all like, all the classes were like fighting each other in the first season. So it does actually make sense that Eastream make that version of Maki in that kind of forest where it was kind of a luscious green forest, right? So it does make sense. I know I'm kind of contradicting a little bit. I just think when you think of Jujutsu Kaisen, you think of dark, dangerous, and then that cursed energy, which kind of gives you that blackish, dark, purplish kind of color mix. And I think that's like perfect for Jujutsu Kaisen. And it's great for Maki. So yeah, the ARTFXJ does a good job capturing that kind of feel and vibe of what Jujutsu Kaisen is for me. So also having that bonus face, that face is very similar to Eastern Maki's face. And to be completely honest, I think I still like the bonus face on the Kotobukiya one more. And the E-Stream one, I still need to kind of see her face in person. There's something off about her face. She looks more like Joker. It's kind of unfortunate because Maki has like green hair, the Joker has green hair. She just looks a lot like the Joker to me. And I kind of have a thing for how they sculpt like the lips and the mouth. And the E-Stream one is just a little bit, there's something a little bit off about that. It might just be the pictures. I don't know. But yeah, I feel pretty damn good about the ARTFXJ. I opted for the lower price scale for the ARTFXJ because it just looks a lot more natural. It looks a little bit closer to me for Maki. But, I don't know. If the E-Stream one actually comes out and looks good, then maybe I'll get that one too. But for right now, I'm settling for this ARTFXJ one. And I don't think I'm going to grab any other Makis besides the Fix Zero one. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about this ARTFXJ Maki. Do you guys have it? Do you guys have the bonus face? I would love to know what you guys think about it. So yeah, this is a figure I totally 100% recommend. If you guys have any questions about it, to me, I think the quality is perfectly fine. It's good. And if you could get a very good price under 140 bucks, that's even better. And knowing Kotobukiya, they're always going to be readily available at most stores. So they don't really sell out. So you're always going to be able to get your hands on it like even months from now. And even with the option of the bonus face, usually at the Kotobukiya online store, they usually have it there. They had the Kocho ARTFXJ bonus face. They had that like a year later still, at least for the Kotobukiya US online store. So yeah, guys, just let me know what you guys think. And it's your boy, Otaku, and I appreciate you guys watching this video. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Check out my blog at otakusen.com. Check out my anime channel, Otakusen How to Anime. And go ahead and join my Discord if you guys want me to cover any certain like anime figures. Let me know. I'll do that on the figures. I'll do that on the figure updates videos that I make pretty much every week. And once again, guys, I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.